When it
Hey.
presses play, all of a sudden you're like,
I also always start with hey.
we're back.
We're back with season 1, episode 7.
Lucky number. Hold on, my phone is not.
Oh, I actually remember to put it on airplane mode. A Fall Forward podcast
Airplane
with
mode it is.
Shana and Elle.
Hi.
In case you guys missed it, we finally got our podcast up on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So you can watch it there. And
for whoever doesn't have Instagram, you can let them know.
Yep. And we are talking about trying to do some longer episodes at some point.
Yeah.
So that will go on YouTube.
So many people are commenting like, "Oh, do longer episodes or post it on YouTube," and they asked. We did. Yeah. We're getting there.
Well, we're gonna listen to everything eventually.
Yeah. Anyway,
so today we wanted to talk about. Shana had a very good idea. We actually were like going back and forth. Like we had so many different topics, and then we're like, what can we actually talk about in 12 minutes? And we were like,
it literally popped into my brain. Yeah. But we're gonna talk about, I guess, modesty or tznius. I don't know how.
Yeah. I would call it modesty. I mean, modesty is tznius. It's just English, Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
So let's start with you. What is modesty to you?
You're putting
I could go. I have no idea.
No, I'll tell you. So I honestly think, obviously growing up in the Jewish community, everyone thinks that modesty is really the way we dress.
Yeah.
But it's not the way we dress. It's the way I think. I don't know what, no judgment. But I think it's the way we act to other people, your demeanor, your attitude, the way you welcome people, the way you speak to people, the way you handle business, the way you handle people. All that thing comes into tzniut or modesty, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick with modesty. But all that stuff, really, it's not really the way you dress. It's the way you give off yourself.
Yeah.
If that's like I don't know. You know how people see you?
Yeah.
If you can tell if that person is modest or not.
Yeah, I 100,000,000% agree with you. But when I think of modesty, I think of the opposite. I think of it's how you see yourself, how you view yourself, how you carry yourself for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like, to me, modesty is being, I agree with you. I also think that's modesty. But when I think of modesty, for me, I think of it as being like humble, like humility, like not
that also goes
living with your ego, like being very like, I know exactly where I come from. I know exactly who's in control. It's not me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
God, I never thought of it that way, but it's so true. Like, if you see yourself modest and that's what you're going to give off to the world.
100%. So it's like the two ends of it. And really, once you do that with yourself, you do it with other people.
I never even
I never thought of it that way either.
This is why we have this conversation. My gosh, I never thought about it like that. Like, seriously, do I consider myself modest? I think I do.
Yeah,
I consider myself modest. I don't think that I'm like. Of course, I consider myself modest because no one wants to not be modest.
Right. But really, like, I agree with you where we were taught growing up also in the Jewish community, especially like in like Beis Yaakov where I grew up, it was all about how you dressed. Literally.
But you know what's so funny? I don't know if you have it. Wait, finish saying what you were saying about getting dressed. Yeah.
It was all about the way you dress, and then it came down to like funny things like drinking with a straw, not chewing gums, not singing in front of men. It was
I've heard of this.
It was like in a way
that
of
people
like
have their hair too long.
Yeah, they used to make me chop my hair off, and like I couldn't wear red shoes. And
I
my hair was gonna be long.
I one time saw like a video of like not a video, a picture of like some school, and I don't know where it was. They had like a
measuring stick.
I was like, no.
Yeah, and they used to like pull me over in middle school and like sleep deep in my thing till I'm choking, and I was like, to me that has nothing to do with tznius.
But you want to hear something funny? I was gonna say this while you were talking about. Yeah. But what I was gonna say is that I do sometimes put on clothes. I don't know if it happens to you, and I'm like, I look a little slutty, or like,
yeah,
it's saying too much, or like it's too busy, or like too much information. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So then I was like, nah, I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Is that modesty?
I went through a phase where I wanted to dress like, okay, I'm just being completely honest, where I wanted to dress as sexy as possible.
Okay.
And it was all about like the more
cleavage.
It's not just cleavage. It was like the more sexy, which is like, what is a sexy, like attractive, appealing. I can make myself. That made me feel good about myself. but the intention behind it, like what I was trying to do is like look good for other people. That to me is like really immodest. When you're doing it for yourself or your husband, or you just want to look good, like I think in Judaism it's very important to make a kiddush Hashem, like to take care of yourself, to look good. But like, what's your intention? Are you trying to like make people like drool when you walk by, or are you trying to like look put together and look beautiful? You get what I'm saying? You
I
could
have
be
like
wearing
a
the same
weird thought
thing.
now because you're saying that.
So
Do you
did
think
I
that
answer your question? It's like, it's just, what are you thinking when you're putting it on?
right? Yeah, it is. It did answer my question, but I was thinking like, do you think that if you like have respect for yourself, you're modest?
100%. I had
So
no
like
respect.
loving yourself and respecting
Yeah.
yourself as a modest
Yeah,
is
that's what
actually
I said. Like,
modest.
it's how I carry myself. Like,
Oh,
I'm
it's so crazy how like everything like
Yeah,
it's like a puzzle. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's so
Yeah,
crazy.
and that's why it comes down to intention. Like we're going to have a conversation about subconscious and conscious, which we're not going into because it's a long conversation. But I think like if you're very aware of the fact that like you're God's daughter and you're making an impact on the world, when you walk outside, people see you. Like, how do you want to be seen? So that comes back to your point of like how you're seen to other people. But it's also, it comes down to you first. Like, what are you going to put on? I want to look beautiful and I want to
I'm
look
literally
sexy.
thinking about it because I have like a meeting.
Yeah, but you put on the exact perfect thing for the meeting because it's so classy. You look like a
But
queen.
is it? But does it come from my self respect?
Yeah.
Like my outfit was chose. Is it in a modest way, or is it because I'm like thinking about them? Because obviously, when you have a meeting or you
You're
have
thinking about
a
them.
whatever it is business meeting, and you're obviously like a big meeting,
Yeah.
and you're going to meet the person, you want them to like judge you.
I'm just
It's so messed up. Like you want them to judge you.
I'm just laughing.
It's like the opposite of what you're doing, but in a
Yeah.
different way. Why are you laughing?
I'm just laughing because you're going to have a meeting with somebody who's probably going to see this and then they're going to realize what went into you choosing your outfit.
You know what? You know what? If you know who
But
I
it's
really,
true.
if you know who I am,
You don't care.
no, I don't care.
Right.
I'm so honest.
No, I just thought it was
Like
funny.
at least I put my effort into it.
100%.
No, I hope you see it. Excuse me.
I think that it's really important that when you're going to the meeting, like maybe a more, I don't want to offend anybody, but a more immature version of yourself would have put on something a lot more like trying to get the attention of exactly how your body looks because you're hot, instead of showing off
And
your
girls
body.
can use that.
Yeah,
Girls
what you could have done.
use that.
But that's not classy. And what I've learned
I
as
am
I
not.
grew
By
up,
the way, I'm not wearing anything.
exactly.
Oh,
You're not
like I'm
trying
wearing a
to
flary.
exactly. You're not trying to get the attention of this person at the meeting, and it's an
But I
important meeting.
am.
But not with how your body is shaped and trying to show off your
Not
body.
from an immature,
You're
not from an immature perspective.
You're showing how you could put yourself together and how classy you are. That's the way you look.
That you can look good and look. I would say.
And by the way, what I realized as I grew up, like I'm talking about from like in my 20s to like I turned 30, is that guys actually are much more attracted. I mean, the good guys that you want to attract are more attracted to the classy. I learned this like as I was older, and I'm like,
okay, can I tell you something?
You attract the wrong kind of attention with other
right
outfits.
now. Imagine with my outfit.
Right
now with my outfit that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
Imagine if I like got to this meeting and all of a sudden I'm like cursing and like talking about things that are so not like topic or whatever. That's like not modest, and this whole look can go to the garbage.
I agree with you, but the first
so really modesty is
the whole package. But the first thing that popped into my head, your first impression is everything, and the first impression is what you're wearing. So I do think it will make a difference if you came in and like
no, but not if I imagine that I came like this, but then all of a sudden I start like cursing and talking like that. They'll be like ew. They'll be so. If anything, it'll make me look like a two-face.
Exactly.
It'll make me look like weird.
Also, it's gonna cheapen the whole thing.
Yeah,
it cheapens it. It's like with your friends, you could talk and curse and whatever, but like you want to make a good impression, you have to put in that effort.
By the way, in Hebrew, there's like a thing and people say, "Ofi veyofi."
I know yofi is beautiful. What's ofi?
Ofi is like the inside.
Yeah.
So like
inside and out.
Yeah, you should match inside and out. You know.
Yeah, that's definitely something I pray for. Like I want to be beautiful inside and out, and I don't want to be beautiful for people to think I'm beautiful. I want to be beautiful for my husband, and to also it makes a different impression on people when you walk into the room. And
that all has to do with modesty. Like when you feel beautiful inside and full with yourself.
Yeah.
Like and it comes up to other people that it comes off in a modest way.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. And I also think that I don't think modesty is neglecting yourself. I think if you have modesty, you take care of yourself really well and you put
You
yourself
want to know
together.
something that, like, talking about modesty and neglecting yourself in this topic? When I grew up, one of my teachers, I don't even know who she was, but like I remember just like repeatedly just saying that, like, we have to impress the entire world because we're the children of Hashem. We're God's chosen one. I hate saying that, but
We're God's children.
we're God, right?
We're super close to him.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate that topic, but
I know.
whatever. But the Jews, we have to show off. And then when I see people that are dressed modestly, tznius, in the community way, and sorry to say, they look, this is what I wanted to say. They look horrible.
So, right.
And I'm like, I'm so sorry. That's not tznius.
Yeah,
That's
100%.
not nice.
100%.
If you want to be the woman of Hashem's daughter, you dress the part because you look like crap.
Yeah, it's literally a disgrace to God.
It's embarrassing.
It's a disgrace.
It's embarrassing.
100%.
So when they're going outside,
11 minutes.
No, I'm not liking this.
Say it when you go outside.
Basically, when you go outside and you consider yourself Hashem's daughter or Hashem's children, whatever it is, or God's kids, whatever it is, dress their part.
Yeah.
Because he's a king.
Yeah.
So don't dress modestly, and you're considered modesty, and look horrible because I'm so sorry, but you're not doing anything benefiting to prove that you're
tznius, you're modest. It's not. Yeah, I agree with you.
I
I
feel
also
like this is social.
I just
don't
want to throw
like
in
this
here
anymore.
We have 30 seconds. I just want to give my mom a lot of credit. My mom showed me, she was an example of this from the day that I was born.
That.
She literally never left her room without being put together.
Oh,
she would put on makeup. She was such an example of this. And the time's up. What do you want to say? Say something else.
I know my mom was also, by the way, part of mine because my mom never judged me.
Yeah.
Never. Anyone in my family. So what? But it always makes
something. Yeah, you take something.
My mom never judged me. Whatever I did in my life, she's
an unconditionally loving person.
With every of my siblings, my sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws,
and your friends.
And my friends, exactly.
She accepted me when I was like a little kid at your house.
Yeah, you came to my house, whatever you wore.
I remember coming into your house. I think it was on Shabbos, and we were like sitting out. Do you remember this? Like when we were young.
I don't.
Your mom is amazing. We gotta go. We love you.
Thank you all.
We love your messages. So keep sending us messages.
I'm sorry it's so short. We have to work on this situation.
I know, but otherwise I have to post 2 things on Instagram. We don't have patience.
Bye guys.
See you next week. Sorry we're a day late. Bye.